It's Filaments and Fibre with Steve Brooks and Stephanie Lester.
It's the most movement I've done in a week.
Oh, it's the All About Steph show. Because it is going to be all about you today, isn't it?
It's only right.
You didn't even notice that I'd faded out the intro this time.
Oh my God, you did. Yes, I did.
You see? I could say, well, it was so expertly done that nobody would notice.
That's right. That's what I'll say.
Yeah. So we apologise for for Steph's voice this morning and any other noises you might hear during the course of this broadcast.
Indeed. And some people might find this voice more pleasant than my shrill tooting.
Yeah, I think most people would find it more pleasant than your shrill tooting. No, but joking apart, no, we can't really not joke because
we've got to joke about it because it's just too sad otherwise. It's
been. Let's go back, shall we?
Okay.
The start of the week, we finished MK, which we'll touch on shortly.
We'll talk about that, yes.
And then the moment we finished MK, you started to go downhill fast.
I fell ill.
You fell ill.
I got I have this ridiculous virus that I get 3 times, don't I?
Mm.
And I had it the week before MK, and we were thinking, oh, thank God, it'll clear up before MK.
Mm.
Then we had MK, and the second we got home, I went,
oh,
that was it. It hit.
The next morning, you looked like, you looked like death.
Death, basically. Yeah,
death warmed up.
Couldn't go on the walk. I'm not going to say couldn't breathe, because that's not... query this with COVID or anything more serious. This was
you did do a COVID test.
I did.
To make sure you hadn't got it.
I did.
And it's just one of your... And you do get them, don't you?
I do.
These bad colds. These really bad colds.
And they go through the same bloody process every time, don't they?
Every time they go through it starts off the nose, the sniffles, then it gets the sinuses, then it gets the throat, then it gets the cough. Then it gets the headache, lose your voice. But this time...
You also
got...
Oh, God, here we go. The nosebleed. Why is that funny? Why is the nosebleed funny? Did you press the wrong one? Okay, I'll do that again. Shall we do that again? Anyway, this time, I got a nosebleed. That's a bit more like it. You won't make a good sound engineer, will you? You're hilarious. That's hilarious.
It was such a Freudian slip. I'd only just loaded that sound effect on. I thought, did I put it on A or B?
I saw you were really pleased with yourself, and I thought he's about to do a sound effect here, and I was like, oh my God.
Because it was almost the thing that you had to call the ambulance. Because according to good old Google, and when is Google ever wrong, if your nosebleed goes for more than 20 minutes, seek medical attention.
It was an hour.
It was an hour.
Yeah.
Hour, and...
But that is, as I say, also, when I have this cold, that same thing happens.
Yeah, your nasal membranes go weak.
Oh,
and
blowing of your nose, and then you're scared to sniff.
Yeah.
And then I said
You said the great phrase. This could be the innuendo show.
Oh, my God.
You said the great phrase, which was, I have never leaked from so many habits. Never leaked from so many bits.
Oh my God, you're like mopping yourself up continually.
Yeah, we don't want to hear this, no.
But the
trail of used tissues, obviously.
The eyes, my eyes were weeping. I was just waiting for my ears to weep as well. Oh my God. Yes, anyway, so yes, it's the self-pitying Steph show.
But the one funny bit, it wasn't funny, it was funny, is that we got the nosebleed, and you said, the trouble is, with a nosebleed, I can't eat.
Yes.
And I said,
you said it's not a bad thing. And you could tell I was ill. Well, there are a few factors.
Yes.
There are a few factors.
The one main
Number
factor.
one, that time you got away with that without me smacking you. We were on the sofa together.
Yeah.
So, number one, that was number 2 point, Lemuel. But the second one, and Sammy and Julie will attest to this. The first test as to how ill I am.
Well, I said, I'm going to Waitrose midweek. Don't normally go midweeks. And I always, from Waitrose, get you...
a bottle of Prosecco.
And I said, would you like a bottle of Prosecco? And you said...
No.
I'm sorry. And that is the benchmark for when Steph's feeling really ill.
Yes.
Prosecco takes a back seat.
I will just tell you that, go over to Sammy and Julie, who unfortunately did have COVID.
Yep.
And Julie put the fear of God in us when she said, as she was coming out of it and starting to go back out again, and she thought it had given her a Prosecco allergy.
Oh, what?
I know. Have you not got a screaming one on there?
No,
screaming, yeah.
I've just got the laughter or the ambulance.
No. You need a screaming shock horror. So, but... Yeah, that's it. There you go. But Sammy, who is now just starting to get back into circulation again, reported yesterday, all is well, all will be well. She does not have a Prosecco allergy. Yes, result.
That's it, you know.
I haven't tested mine yet.
No, and this weekend has gone by and you still haven't had any.
Haven't. No.
And I've joined you on the wagon because I haven't had a G&T yet.
No, that's very good of you.
Despite spending all day yesterday helping my son move house for the third time in seems as many years.
I didn't help this time because I was too ill.
Oh, I know. Very, very, very well orchestrated. Very well orchestrated.
And I have to say, if I had made your gin and tonic, you wouldn't have drank it because you fell asleep as soon as you ate your fish and chips.
Yeah. We had fish and chips last night, didn't we?
We weren't going to.
No, I was going to do us a chicken Kiev salad, which was nice and light, and chicken Kiev pieces and salad. And I just finished helping Joe, and he was off to take the van back, and I was sat in the village where he's moved to. I looked down the road, and you see some people see angelic glows or halos. I saw this neon oasis that said fish and chips.
Yes.
So I texted you and said, I am literally 50 yards from the fish and chip shop. Should we?
And you said, don't worry if it's not. And I was like, oh, go for it.
You just said, go for it. So we had fish and chips, which doesn't normally agree with me.
But the hilarious thing about that is I always have a mini fish and chips.
Oh, ridiculous.
And they give a mini fish and fucking huge chips.
A normal-sized portion of chips.
And you go, what part of can I have mini fish and chips made you think that she'll want more chips then if she's got a smaller bit of fish? I mean, oh my God.
That's going to be a euphemism, that.
Oh, the laugh's not gone, is it?
No, it's not there. It's not quite as painfully raucous.
Oh, thank God for that.
So we had fish and chips for a treat last night. We watched Strictly, didn't we? And
we did.
I think I managed to get through Strictly.
Yes, I think you did.
But I think
no, there was a few you fell asleep because I woke you up for Rose.
Oh, that's
and
right.
Giovanni.
Yeah,
and you said, have I missed any? And I said, kind of, and just carried on because you said, could we go back? And I just ignored it and carried on.
You pretend you couldn't hear me with your bad hearing.
Yeah.
So this could go into the more. We need to get away from you.
Yes,
not that I'm.
That's enough about you. Yeah. Let's talk about me.
Can I just say that I've looked after you very well during the last week?
Thank you.
Just to big myself up here.
Yes, no, you have done.
Bowl of soup here, and
I know because I have not been up to much.
But you've managed to keep yourself from going to bed all the time.
One thing I did do, and I'm just it might have taken me a bloody week to do it. But we did get the SSL sorted out on the motor.
Oh, yeah, that'll mean nothing to anybody.
No, but there are sometimes little blips in your technical life which are really annoying.
But I think the whole week, I mean, you'll be better by tomorrow. We'll be going out on our walks, and so we'll sort of forget about it. But the one endearing part of this was the comment you gave me yesterday, which as you got up and walked out the room, you said, the trouble is I'm coughing and farting at the same time. Which I thought was so lovely. And I thought, yes, dear, you are.
I'll tell you, that is something, isn't it? About relationships. There comes a point where you can say things like that and everyone just goes,
whatever. Yeah. We won't go into that because I had my gallbladder removed and we could go into loads.
Yes, we won't. No. Moving on.
Well, we've been back, actually, to Milton Keynes.
Yes.
Because... excuse me. We have, since we did our last podcast, we have done the Christmas Milton Keynes show.
It's a 3-day show.
Which is the 3-day show.
Yes, leave on Thursday.
Get back on the Sunday.
Yeah.
Get ill on the Monday.
Yeah, get ill on the Monday. And who had a phenomenal show?
I don't know.
One of us did.
We did, didn't we? I wonder who that could be. It could be someone who did lighting. I don't know.
Could be Mr. Filaments.
Mr. Filaments had a really good show.
Oh my God! Yes. I call it phenomenal. I
could not believe. I've never had such a good show.
Brilliant,
at Milton Keynes.
Absolutely brilliant.
It was just one of those, and just when you start to think, have I got this right with the lamps? Is the pricing right? Do people really want to buy them? And then all of a sudden, people just send. Because as we all know, artists, we've got our own ICA, our own client avatar that is the person that comes...
who loves our stuff. Yeah, basically.
Other people go past and say, load of pipes.
I know.
Other people can't pay that.
I know.
And then you get the person who says, I want that.
Yeah.
Woman came, but the first woman, it's always the dog that goes first.
Yes, it
seems to be.
Yeah.
And I do the dog. I do my Sparks the dog, where I've got a brass garden tap for the tail. So you turn the tap and it switches it on and off, which is lovely. People love that. But even before this woman realised, she came past, she said, I must have your dog.
Yeah.
She hadn't even looked at the price. She hadn't even looked at the way it was constructed. Just knew it was a dog. She's got a sausage dog.
Yes.
Dachshund.
It's a shame I hadn't finished my sausage dog.
Yeah, she bought that as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she just bought it. And that was the start. And then the Jedi went. Jedi always goes. My cat went.
Yes, the cat. But the one that surprised me that didn't go...
was the bell box.
set.
The bell set. Well, you know why it didn't go?
Sammy.
It's got Sammy's name on it.
Yes, of course.
The trouble is she needs to drop larger hints to Phil about this bell set. Because it's a wonderful 1932 GPO bell set with all the internal workings still. It's beautiful. Sammy, if I'd got music to put to this, if I got a sound effect to put to this,
the bell set sound
effect. I'll tell you, this bell set is absolutely glorious. It has Sammy Hexter Andrews' name all over it. When you open it, you can see inside the internal workings. When you turn the switch, this is like ASMR, isn't it?
But what you said, it's not just a bell box.
Oh no. This is not just a bell box. It's not just any old bell box. This is a Wacky Lamps bell set.
Or even more importantly, it's a Sammy Hexter Andrews bell set.
It could well be. It could well be. What do they call it? ASMR, isn't it? That when people... Yeah.
Do what?
ASMR, it's that when people listen to just somebody's voice and that's...
Oh, it's Matthew McConaughey does that, doesn't he?
ASMR.
He does that where the people... Because someone actually said, I go to bed with you every night. Matthew McConaughey, because apparently he does this go to sleep voice.
It's called ASMR.
Yeah.
Do you think I'd be good at that?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. I'll stop then.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so... we established one thing. We love new words for things, don't we?
Yeah.
We love new words, and we people watch quite a lot,
yes.
especially when you're on a corner stand. We are and we were right by the shops and everything, and we came up with a new word for. This is so cruel. We came up with the word waddle.
Oh God.
Which we thought we were... I forget how we got to it.
I think I just happened to see somebody with a pasty or something, wasn't it? And I said, they're a waddle. And you said, they're a what? I said, a waddle. And he goes, what's that? I said, it's a model for Greggs.
It's a waddle.
I can talk, mate. I can talk.
I know we can both say this because it applies to us. Not that we patronise Greggs at all.
No, we don't.
We don't. We walk past one every morning.
Yes, we do. We never go in.
But we never seem to go into Greggs. It doesn't really...
No, we go straight for the full-on cake in your face, don't we?
Yeah, we do. We go in for cake in your face. There should be a shop called that, shouldn't you?
Cake in your face.
And we'd be regular.
To be honest, I should just shove it straight on my arse, but, you know.
But it's like it's like Taskmaster, one of the Taskmaster things, wasn't it? It was make the most elaborate cake and sit on it, wasn't it?
Oh my God, there wasn't it? Yes.
I could have sent that video and sent it to you and said, saw this and thought of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, so MK show went well. You had a good show yourself because it was the first time that you had your two latest creations on display, wasn't it?
I did. So I had a bigger artworks display, and I did also take some smaller pieces because I think I mentioned before that I was collecting my bits from Fargo, but I had Clayton the Wolf and Earl, my African bush elephant.
Bull elephant, he's impressive. They're both impressive for different reasons.
Beautiful.
And
well, actually what was quite testing was because as you said on whatever day, Leslie was here.
Friday.
And I know Leslie has seen African elephants in the wild.
Yeah.
And I said, this will be familiar to you. And when I brought it in the room, his face just lit up, and that did it for me because I know the elephant I was thinking of when I did that. He's seen
that elephant. Yeah. I mean, your pieces are just getting more and more
They feel
there,
really intuitive now.
I think that's the difference now, is you're not just saying I'm going to do a wolf.
No.
You're saying I'm going to make a wolf, but I'm going to actually live, eat, breathe, be that wolf. You said sat in the grass howling at the moon the night. I thought, Christ, here we go.
Here we go, yeah.
But Saturday no, I mean, night. you seem to get really intuitive with the piece you're doing, and it's almost flowing from you rather than you consciously having to
I'm not
needle
making
felt.
it anymore.
No,
I'm creating.
You're creating it. It's sort of it
feels really good.
Yeah,
actually.
that I think isn't that the sign of when you've reached your level? What's it called? Your zone of magnificence.
Zone of genius.
I think there's one above that for you, isn't it? Zone of magnificence. But no. So
it doesn't. There's not that panic or worry. You just keep on going until it's done. So,
But it was nice. I mean, you were able to put your elephant on full display. Your wolf had to be in a acrylic case because you don't want any of the little crotch goblins putting their sticky hands over
because he's nice and fluffy with his coat.
Yeah, you don't want them.
And to be honest, I encouraged that people actually were very respectful of Earl because he was out, and I was encouraging people to actually pick him up and feel how heavy he was and how substantial he was. And they were quite surprised that they were allowed to do that. But of course, it was quite nice for them to see that it wasn't squishy or whatever.
With wolf, you couldn't do that because his fur would...
Well, they would... Well, it won't matter because the fur was made from alpaca, but it could muck it up.
Yeah, and also you got it brushed so that it looked
displayed
beautiful.
In a particular way. Yeah.
So, of course, anybody that hasn't seen these pieces yet, they can go onto your websites, can't they?
Just the one thing I am doing this week is because they're not on the website yet, but they hopefully will.
Are they on Facebook? Or
they're on Facebook. Yes.
Yeah. Stephanie Lester Artist Facebook, is it? Yeah. So have a look at those. If you haven't seen Steph's creations, then go and have a look at them now. Also, the nice thing for me about, apart from all the sales on the day, is the commissions that I got.
Oh my God, yeah.
From MK, which was amazing because you get people say, "Oh yeah, I'll get back in touch with you," and this, and you think maybe they won't, will you? And maybe they'll go home and think, actually no. But no, I got 3 brilliant commissions. I've got the one that's almost done, which is Darth Vader.
Oh, yes.
Now, Darth Vader is, Steph's just picked up a 3D printed head of Darth Vader, which is the way I'm doing it, because I already do the Jedi lamp, and it's the same basic principle, is that the lightsaber is the lamp, and I can now produce lightsabers in different colours because I now use glass painting glass,
a stained glass. Hierarchy of the colours, isn't there?
There's a hierarchy of Jedi lightsaber colours. But the stained glass paint that I use is wonderful on the LED lamps, and so I'm doing Darth Vader. So trying to get a Darth Vader head was difficult, but I managed to find a 3D printing company, which I think is just one guy in his garage.
Most 3D printing companies are a man in his garage.
Yeah, and he's done me he's done me 3 actually, because I'm sure somebody else will want one, but
I've got one here.
It's about 3.5 inches tall.
It's very good.
And it's the head of Darth Vader in black. So I will paint that up the same colour as the rest of the lamp, which is nearly finished. And then I know this wonderful fibre sculptor who's going to make me a cape
I've got the
for Darth Vader with wire in it, so you can adjust the flow of it, because there's one particular image of Darth Vader where he's striding forward with his lightsaber outstretched and the cape flowing behind him. So that's hopefully what we're going to do. And the guy that's commissioned me to do this is a Star Wars nut. Yeah. He's got every...
Oh, we love Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. But, it's the people that have got everything.
Yeah.
They think they've got every bit of memorabilia that they could have.
Actually, on the Monday after the show, you also had a phone call, didn't you, about Iron Man?
Yes, and the Monday after the show, somebody who'd seen a post of mine from the show, and I did a scan around the stand, and he'd seen Iron Man on the stand, and he said, "Is Iron Man still for sale?" And his message on Instagram, and I said, "Yes, it is." He said, "Because I'd like to buy it off you for a friend's birthday. We're all going down for a friend's 50th, and can I buy it off for them?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "The problem is I might be able to get it to you in time
because of delivery." I
said, "Unless you want to come and collect it." He said, "Where do you live?" And I said, "Stratford upon Avon." He said, "So do I." He lives about a mile away.
Meant to be.
So there's no meant to be, isn't it? So he came around Iron Man, which I secretly loved having him on the stand. It took a long time to build. Yeah. The insides was like spaghetti with the wiring. He's gone.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Yeah, he was beautiful.
The thing is, I won't make another one now.
No.
Because not unless somebody commissions me.
Because you got the picture of it, so someone can commission it.
Yeah. But I will, same as Darth Vader. I might make a similar Darth Vader from the stand, because this will never see the light of day to anybody who's at a show. They won't see him. No. But I might do a different stance for Darth Vader.
Yes.
You never know. So there's that. And the most unusual one I've got was of a guy came, a very sort of... Was he a Londoner? I suppose he was a little bit of a Londoner, bit of a jatter lad. Big bloke, balding head, I said, what did I say to him?
To be honest, he looked a bit more Essex than London.
Yeah, well, same thing. No, okay, well, to me it is. It's the same sort of accent, isn't it? No, okay. So anyway, he came on the stand, and he was a builder. He owns a building company, a construction company. And he's just said, can you make me a lamp of me laying bricks? And I said, sorry. He said, I want a lamp of me laying bricks to put in my office.
Bob the Builder.
Bob, his name's Robert, and he's a builder. So he's called Bob the Builder, obviously. And so I said, yeah. So we chatted about it, and he said, I'll get in touch when I get back. I thought, yeah, he won't. Next day.
He did.
Email from Bob the Builder about the lamp. So I'm now... So as soon as I get a commission like that, even if it's not confirmed, the old grey cells start to turn.
And then you start wondering how you're going to do these bricks.
I thought first Lego, and then I thought it's a bit too easy, because I don't like things being easy. So then I ordered some modelling clay, air dry clay, and a mould to make my own bricks, to do a little brick wall. And then I'm going to do this lamp with him bending down, holding a brick in one hand, and I'm going to make... from tin plate and wire and a little bit of wood, a little builder's trowel.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm going to do a little pile of mortar on the floor that he's obviously been scooping up. The builder's trowel will have a little bit of dried mortar, as they always do on the handle. So I'm going to try and make it as realistic as possible. Exciting one to do. I love challenges like that. I love challenges like that. So
it's nice when there's personal ones like that.
Yeah, because if you put that on the stand, nobody would buy it. Unless another brickie came along. It's a peculiar one, but that's what I like.
Yeah, very good.
And you've got commissions that you've... we haven't talked about your latest, have you?
What?
Serafina.
Oh no!
Stop press, everybody! Stop press.
Did I mention it last time?
No, I don't. We are in the company of a European first.
Oh yes, I am. Yes.
A European tutor, of which there are no others. Tell us more.
Oh yes, I learnt to needle felt with somebody online, and it was Sarah from a company called Serafina, who's in Maryland, America. And she sells wall and kits and everything, but put lots of instructions on YouTube so you could use your own wool, because she also understood that lots of people were in the UK. And obviously to buy stuff from America and pay all the customs charges and everything isn't really that feasible. So she was aware of that. Anyway, she's been going for 7-8 years, I think, now. And she'd been muting about, lots of people have been saying, could they... teach her projects, so her wonderful little pieces that I learned to do when I first started. And she does some what she calls university projects, as in EWE. And there's a PFD, I think, rather than a PhD, to do with felting. Anyway, more complicated, basically, which is where the wolf and my elephant came from, because she decided that she would actually certify people to be Serafina and certified trainers, and you could apply. And so I thought, brilliant, because I basically use all her techniques to do all my work. But once I got to a certain level, obviously I went off on my own and did my own stuff. And when I read through all the things I had to do, one of the things was I had to have done 2 Felting University or PFD projects, which I'd never done. So I said to you, I'm going to do them. So they were a wolf and an elephant, but she'd done a different type of wolf, and she'd also done an Asian elephant. So I thought, right, I'm going to do my own type of wolf, and I'll do an African elephant, because the point being you're not meant to teach people exactly how Sarah does
it's
it.
The techniques,
it's the techniques.
And they put their own input in.
Obviously, she's done all the work of putting the course together for doing particular project, which takes so much time to do all that. So that's all been done. But you can still teach it in your own way and put your own bits on it, and just sort of, so I can teach people Stephanie Lester fibre arts, but using Sarah Fina's. Obviously, I would have normally done that in my own projects, but I love her projects and they are brilliant. And so I first of all was saying, so she interviewed me and said yes, I was on board. And initially she said, I was the first foreign, but no, they've got a Canadian person, but I am the first European person.
Yeah, there's nobody
and I'm
else.
now on the map on their website. So there's all these little bits over America, and then there's straight
There's
across.
just one
There's
dot
me.
in Europe,
Me.
and it's you.
Yeah. I'm really excited about it because I've always been it hadn't felt right that when I did courses that I taught her techniques, because she has particular tools that she uses
without crediting them,
and of course I couldn't credit her because she hadn't given me permission to credit her.
So
but
now
I can
officially,
out and out.
I've been saying for years that you should be certified.
Yes, absolutely, and now I am.
But now you are, so you've taken over Europe. This is just typical you. Everybody in the world, then there's just you.
Me here
in charge of Europe. No, that's brilliant. That is really, really good, because
so I'm really
it will
looking
mean
forward. That I think will come into its own when we get to Wales, but I will start piecing some things together, because it will mean I will be much more able to teach all levels, because my felting experience, I tend to do the sort of intermediate and up, but these enable me to do real beginners as well, because it's all set. All of the, I did some beginner stuff, didn't I, with escape arts. We won't talk about that, but back in the beginning, because that's a whole.
People are going to say, "I want to know about escape arts."
Yeah, that's an episode in itself. Let me tell you. But anyway, but I'm just delighted, and it was lovely to finally meet Serafina, because obviously I feel like I know her and she's never met me, because she taught me to. So that was lovely to meet her and Kyla. Brilliant.
So that's another success story. It's been a very successful for both of us over the last 3 weeks. Christmas is approaching, so I'm booked up now with work to Christmas with my commissions, and also I tried my hand at skulls this last show.
They were very popular.
It was supposed to be just because it was Halloween. I got these skulls and converted them into lamps, and they sold, but not for Halloween. No, they sold because people love skulls, and they were like decorated in Day of the Dead and Lost Souls, and I'd given them names. And Harley Quinn skull was very popular with the two pigtails either side. So I've got some more of her to do. So that was a little anything that can come under the title of wacky is suitable.
You say the skulls didn't sell for Halloween, but also. People weren't buying for Christmas either.
They weren't. No, they're buying for themselves.
Yeah, some people said they'd come out to buy for Christmas, but hadn't.
And they're buying for themselves. Yeah, I think that all the lamps that I sold, nobody was buying one for Christmas, or for anybody else for that matter.
No, it's for themselves.
The Iron Man was bought for somebody else.
Yeah, but that was after the show, when he saw your stuff at the show.
The cat was bought by a couple who foster rescued cats, and they just fell in love with Filamentous feline. Yeah. So it was. Great. So also, you're also about to move into the world of NFTs for your birth certificates, as we call them.
This I need to gen up on a bit.
Yeah, I'm not too
because I'm not. And in fact, Mary did send me a link that I will read up on.
This is Mary. She's the director of the Blockchain Institute of Excellence.
She's a professor.
Professor of the blockchain.
Centre of Excellence of Blockchain in Arkansas.
Yeah.
And amazing brain, Mary. And she has been mooting for a while with regards to artists and using the blockchain / NFT technology as evidence that you've got an original. Yeah. And
so the sort of provenance.
Yeah, and I still couldn't work out how that works, but they now have yearly. They apparently have a hackathon. They call it. Which presumably they encourage people to
students, not people. Yeah, it's the students to hack in.
Yeah, but they're not just they're not kids students. Some of these are businessmen students.
Yeah.
But I think what they must do is you put up a use case, and then they obviously try and hack it, but verbally, not physically, which is great because it's you're defending it, and they'll also say, well, that will be a problem because of this, so it gives you another idea.
And this relies on artists like yourself producing certificates of authenticity.
Well, which do.
Are the sort of birth certificates of your animals, aren't they?
That was the thing. Mary sent me a message saying, Steph, we'd really love artists to get involved in this, and because of the blooms and female artists specifically. So I said, well, we do have a certificate of authenticity, but she was saying, well, this would be like a birth certificate come provenance. So we now need to read up about it and put a use case together. And it's in March, goes from beginning of March to beginning of April. She's going to
talk to you and the other girls, isn't she, in the blooms,
well,
and
the thing
tell
is,
you more about it.
I mean, most of us have said we need to, number one, gen up a bit more about it. It'd be really nice for Mary to come to the group and give us a little bit of a chat about it to bring us up to speed.
Yeah.
Because whilst my brain might be an IT brain, I've not worked in this side of it at all.
I mean, I produced a couple of books on blockchain for Mary, and I still don't understand it completely. And NFTs are non-fungible tokens. So basically, it sits on the blockchain. It can't be altered, and it is irrefutable proof that the person who has the code for that particular certificate of authenticity is the owner of the original piece.
Yeah.
And as long as you continue to give these certificates with your pieces, only the person that's got that blockchain key can say this is my piece.
So if someone says I've got a Stephanie Lester piece, say, well, where is the evidence? Where's the blockchain certificate?
And they can produce some bit of paper now. I want to know. I want to see the blockchain hexadecimal key.
I also did think, because one of the things about art is when your art is sold through a gallery, the way it works is if a gallery resells your work, you get some of that resale fee. Well, with the blockchain side of things, you would be able to do that, wouldn't
if, let's say, person A sells your elephant on to person B, they would have to sell them. Included with that sale would be the certificate of authenticity, which is set on the blockchain.
And the information would need to be changed.
But then automatically you would get
notified.
You would get notification, and you would get some funding from that sale, a small amount from the sale.
Interesting.
And you can't change that. You can't alter it.
No.
The blockchain is there, and this is the whole idea about blockchain. Yeah. Anyway, we're getting very, very technical. But it's good fun.
I know.
It's good fun.
I need to learn more about it because I don't completely understand it yet. But I'm very excited, and I think it'd be great for the blooms to get ourselves out there at the front of this kind of technology for us.
I think it would, I mean, it's the sort of thing that I could do with my stuff as well, because I give certificates of authenticity with my lamps
as well.
You're
not a member of the Blooms.
It is, isn't it? Well, I'm an associate member when you need me to do something.
You are an associate member.
I feel like a slave sometimes to the Blooms. Yeah, I feel like you're going to, all these...
No, that's a fantasy. Stop it.
Are going to put me in chains and drag me by a collar.
It's your fantasy, Go away. Yeah.
Julie's laughing now, Sammy's laughing now, Fiona's laughing
Someone spat their tea out because the visual of that was just not pleasant.
Me in rubber trunks.
No. Okay, I have to say this.
What were you going to say now?
Previously, if you've listened to many of these podcasts, you will understand that Steve has a bit of a fetish about getting himself dressed in lycra.
I don't have a fetish about getting... I just thought it would be funny if we did one day get on a tandem together in lycra.
So whenever... we see cyclists go past or there's some sort of event, you always go, wouldn't that be hilarious if we got into lycra? Yeah. And of course, everybody who visualises that goes, oh my God, no. So it's, and once that visual's in your head, you can't get rid of it. Well, we've been selling loads of stuff.
I know what you're going to say now.
We've been selling loads of stuff. And somebody came to the door. I didn't go to the door. Steve went to the door, did the transaction. It was a game of some kind. Anyway, the gentleman paid and off he went. And you said, did you see that? And basically, what I've just described to you as us in lycra is what was at the door. And that's all I'm going to say about it.
It was a PlayStation game called Buzz with 4 little buttons. And he came and... I'm going to offend people now. But
no, don't do the impersonation.
I'm not going to do the impersonation. I'm just going to offend that... This very large gentleman in tight-fitting lycra shorts and a tight-fitting T-shirt... All I can say was he minced across our drive and on the door and was thrilled by this because it was something that him and his boyfriend wanted to play. Yeah. And then he went back off. And as he disappeared over the driveway, his little buttocks, large buttocks in these lycra shorts, and I thought
that would be us.
That's us. That's what I want. No, I didn't think that's what I want. I mean, that's what
we would.
And so
like.
probably now.
No,
getting off the idea, really.
Now you've seen
I
it,
I don't want to squeeze my bits into a pair of trunks like that.
Imagine what you thought. That's what other people.
But the thought of being dragged around the floor with all you Blooms girls in chains, that does appeal to me.
You can only imagine the look on my face.
I can imagine the look on your face. Anyway, we're going to finish on. It is 35 minutes you've been bantering on here, mainly about you this week.
Well, no, I think we did an awful lot about you and your makes and sales.
But people are just going to remember how ill you are, and they can tell in your voice. They're just going to. It's just going to be a load of sympathetic comments come back. Oh, hope Steph's. It won't be congratulations, Steve, on all your achievements over the last couple of weeks. No, hope Steph's okay. She sounded so poorly.
And welcome to the Steve Pity Party.
We just sat at breakfast. I'm going to just finish on this now. Just sat at breakfast because you've been designing some covers for little...
fair dues to Julie for suggesting, which is an addition which goes with my display and will go with the makes when people buy it. It was a little display of the actual fibres which go into... Because, the finished piece, and you say to people, well, it's made out of wool, and they look at you
different sorts of wool.
What are you talking about? Yeah. And Julie said it would be really helpful if in the display with it you actually have like a little box display or some way that you could actually show the fibres in their original form. That's what went into making it. So I've been investigating that, and I got several samples of boxes. And obviously you and I were deciding, that one's more robust. And then when you were out, I thought, I need to make it a little bit more presentable. So I went and found what tissue paper I had so that I could decorate it and see if it looked shit, basically, by doing it.
I thought you'd bought the boxes with them more decorated.
It looked great. So we were very happy. And I said to you, I'm going to buy some more. I said, but it's going to be tissue paper and not wrapping paper because it works so much better. Because that's what they use in decoupage.
And I said, decoupage, that's just bad decorating, isn't it?
So now we've insulted all the crafters out there.
We've insulted the crafters, we've insulted people in lycra.
Yeah.
I think we've done our job for this week, haven't we?
Well, it's only 2 sets of people.
Julie spit her tea out or stopped running or whatever. Sammy's picked herself up off the floor.
Well, next weekend, hopefully the Blooms girls will have a meet-up at the Contemporary Arts Fair at Windsor.
Oh, good. Am I coming as well?
Well, you said you didn't want to go.
No, I don't really want to go.
No, exactly.
I'd love to go, but I've got better things to do.
Exactly.
I've got real work to do.
You've got stuff to do. Well, and the thing is...
And what, is it a bit of a jolly for you?
No, it's a proper... check out Contemporary Art Fair, who I will definitely be exhibiting with in March in Surrey. You might, but I definitely will. And so it's once again a visit to the same company that do it.
Brilliant.
And there are 3 other artists who are exhibiting there, one of whom was one of the original Blooms, Katie.
Oh.
And another 2 who are from the Lee and Paula group that we belong to. So it'd be lovely to... I've never met any of those in real life, so that'll be lovely. But hopefully we will get Sammy, Julie and Fiona also coming along.
So you're all going to meet up in a cafe somewhere and sit and
gossip.
Can you do me one favour?
What?
Can you keep Julie away from the perimeter of the seats? Because we don't want any more bollock cupping by Julie Ruffle, do we really? On that note, folks, we're going to say goodbye to you all. Thank you very much for listening to this 38 minutes of waffle, but we hope you've enjoyed it. We certainly have, and we'll be back in a couple of weeks' time. So it's good night from me.
And it's good night from him.
That was Filaments and Fibre with Steve Brooks and the very ill Stephanie Lester.
Self-pitying wanker.